Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today I have for you a Q&A video. This was such a highly requested video. I asked you guys over Instagram to send me all your questions in, and I have a lot to get through. There's a bit of everything: beauty, skincare, makeup, lifestyle, fashion, a bit of everything. So I hope you enjoy this one. I'm going to try and get through as many as I can, but if I don't answer your question, I'm so sorry. And if you guys have a lot more questions, please leave them down in the comments down below, and I will do another Q&A video for you guys very soon. So I asked all my questions on Instagram, you guys. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, my username is @JASMINA PURI. Follow me on there for lots more fashion and beauty content, and also so that you can find out about these videos ahead of them, so that you can ask me any questions you may have. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. But before that, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the little bell so you get a notification every time I upload a new video. And let's get straight in. Okay, so I've got my iPad here, guys. I'm going to go through all the questions in no particular order and just answer them. I've tried to club a few that were kind of similar into the same one so that I'm not answering the same thing again and again. So, first question, what did you do before becoming a blogger? So when I finished university, I started working at an investment bank, and I used to work in HR/marketing. So we used to look after the graduate recruitment for a bank, and that was really fun. I did that HR role for a while. I really enjoyed it. It was very kind of tough on time because I used to work quite long hours. Used to get into the office early, leave really late. We had lots of different events. It was really fun because I got to meet loads of students from university, got to connect with people, and I'm actually a really shy person, believe it or not. And I really struggle to speak to people I don't know. And I really struggled with like presentations and talking to the public, but I think that role really threw me in at the deep end when I was very young, straight out of university. And it was really good experience because it actually made me get over that insecurity and be able to present and talk to people, and I got a lot more confident in that. I mean, I was so underconfident before that, to the point where I was named valedictorian at school when I finished and I graduated, and I had to do a speech, and I literally did not want to go to my graduation. I was at home crying because I didn't want to go because I was that scared to talk in front of people. So I think it really threw me in at the deep end. I had to do lots of presentations for students and stuff, and it really helped me become a much better speaker in public. And I think that's partly the reason why I could then muster up the courage to do these YouTube videos. So it was actually a really good experience, and I really enjoyed that. After that, I worked as because I had like my fair share of marketing and social media to do on that job, I then got into that sort of space, and I worked as a social media marketing consultant for a while. And then yeah, that's what I was doing, kind of that and my YouTube blogging in London at the same time. Now that I'm here in New York, I'm doing this full time. Yeah, that was basically how I was doing things, and I might go back to that and, you know, do it part-time with YouTube, but we will see about that. By the way, guys, like I said, I did work, you know, in HR, and I had a lot to do with like students and graduate recruitment and, you know, skills training and stuff like that. So if you do have any questions, or you would like me to do a video about, you know, how to better speak in public, how to get more confidence, and, you know, how to do those things which might be really helpful in a professional or a personal environment, do let me know in the comments down below, and I can definitely do that for you guys. Okay, next question. My top 10 favorite restaurants in New York. I don't really know if I have a top 10 yet because I haven't been here that long, but I will tell you my top 10 restaurants overall. Some of my favorites in New York that I've tried so far, we've gone to Indian Accent, which is really nice. It's a sort of fusion Indian food. It's like Indian food but using lots of European techniques to cook it, and lots of European ingredients. It's really nice. It's a bit kind of fancy and high-end sort of Indian food, but it's really, really amazing. I have to say that I have gone to the one in Delhi, and the one in Delhi, which is the original one, is better than the one in New York, but the one in New York is also really nice. I would definitely recommend the tasting menu there because it's really gorgeous, but you need to be quite hungry to eat that. We went to the Mark as well, which was really lovely. I had the truffle pasta and it was to die for. Another really nice one we've tried here is the Jean-Georges restaurant. Again, amazing food. And we've also gone to Perry Street, which is also by Jean-Georges, and the food was really, really lovely. They had an amazing brunch. and just really gorgeous kind of European food, but with a bit of like Asian twists to some of the dishes. It was really nice. And then we also tried an Italian place called Peccaluma, which was really, really yummy. And I really enjoyed the food there. We really want to go and try the Modern, I think it's called. We actually saw it on Gossip Girl and we were like, yes, we want to try it, because my husband loves Gossip Girl and so do I. So yeah, so we really want to try that one. But yeah, any good restaurant recommendations, do let me know in the comments down below, because I would love to know more good places to go here in New York. Some of my favorite restaurants, you know, kind of just generally, if you are in London or in Madrid, Street XO by David Munoz, which is a really creative Spanish restaurant. It's kind of a tapas concept, but with Asian street food, and it is so delicious. You have to go with an open mind if you're not very experimental with food, but everyone I have gone with there loved the food, so I would definitely recommend that one. And then in London, another real favorite was Novikov. I loved their Asian restaurant. It was really, really good, and Balthazar was great for brunch. We've been to the Balthazar here in New York. I forgot to mention that one, and I really liked it as well. And then in Madrid, I would have to say El Paraguas, which is a really delicious kind of classic fine dining restaurant, but it's really nice. And also I really love one called La Maruca, which is more kind of a tapas concept, but they have really, really yummy food. So yeah, those would be sort of my top restaurants just generally. But yeah, I think I didn't do too bad. 5 in New York, even though we've been here only for like, I think 4 or 5 months now. Okay, next up, my favorite type of food. I kind of like everything. I really love to experiment with food, but I would have to say my favorite kind, it was fusion food. So I would say sort of classic cuisine, sort of, you know, the French and stuff, and Italian classics fusioned with sort of Asian food. I really love that concept. And then probably Italian. Yeah, I would say kind of European food. Not just Italian, but just sort of European. But yeah, I'm really open to food. I love trying new things. Another question that came up loads was, what does my husband do? So my husband works in an investment bank. He works as a trader. So he works in the stock market side of things, and that's what he does. Another question that came up loads is, what makeup products am I most enjoying? For this, I would recommend you go and watch my 2018 favorites video. I show you all the products I've been loving over 2018, and I'm actually also trying them on my face, so I would recommend you go and watch that one. But I would say right now, something I'm really loving is the Highlight Wand by Charlotte Tilbury. I'm obsessed with it. The Sigma Beauty Warm Neutrals 2 palette. The Pillow Talk palette for my eyes, I'm also really obsessed with that one. And the Bite lipsticks, I am obsessed with them. I hadn't tried them until I came here to New York, but now I just obsessed. I love them. Next question is, how are you enjoying New York? It's been good. I mean, I have to say, if I'm being really honest, it has been tough to move here, but not because of New York. I think it's just tough to start in a new place where you don't really know anyone, where you need to kind of start everything from afresh. I had my own business in London, and you know, those kind of things, having to give up and start from scratch and figure out what you're going to do with your life and find a new home and figure out what areas of the city you like to live, and then setting up and furnishing it, and it's all kind of very exhausting and stressful. So it has been tough, and it was also emotional because now my family is really far away, and also my friends, and it's just been kind of an emotional journey. So I have to say the first few months were kind of tough, but now as I'm settling in, it's much, much better. I love the city. There's so much to do here. I do find it kind of similar to London in some ways, in the sense that it's also like a really busy, bustling city with lots of different things to do. So that's been nice. I feel like there's still so much more for us to explore. We've just been so busy kind of getting stuff sorted, you know, kind of work stuff and paperwork and setting up the house, and that we haven't really had time to explore. And also the weather's kind of been really cold, and that's definitely something we need to get used to because it's much colder than London. But I think, yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and over time when I get to explore more, I think I should definitely enjoy it a lot more. Next up is, what do you do to keep a healthy physique? So actually, a lot of you ask me about this, like, what do I do? Do I diet? Do I work out? And the reality is, at the moment, I'm not really being able to work out. I've just been so busy that I haven't worked out for the last sort of 6-7 months, I would say, at all. In London, I was working out. I was mostly doing cardio with a little bit of weights, but I really want to get into it, and I really want to get a personal trainer. If you do have any recommendations for good personal trainers here in Manhattan, please let me know in the comments below, because I really want to get into it again. Maybe Pilates, because what I really want to do is I want to tone up. I've actually lost quite a bit of weight just out of stress and running around and, you know, life getting in the way. So I don't want to lose any more weight, but what I want to do is I really want to tone up, get a bit more definition on my arms and my body. So if you know of a good personal trainer, do let me know in the comments down below, because I really struggle to work out, and I think I definitely need a kick off my bum and get a personal trainer. And then in terms of what else I do, I just basically eat really healthy. I would say I eat lots of vegetables. I don't love fruit. I only really like apples, so fruit is not huge for me, so I compensate with lots of vegetables. I have about 3 portions of vegetables with every meal, so that would be like 6 a day. Then I eat about 3 or 4 raw carrots a day because I love them. Instead of like eating sweets, I eat carrots because they're quite sweet. And then I have, you know, my apples as well, which is a very healthy food. I have a lot of green vegetables, so loads of broccoli, spinach and stuff like that, which is really, really good for your system, and also has a lot of fiber. And then I don't eat too many carbs. I keep my portions of carbs really small with every meal. And then I eat lots of fish and chicken, but mostly just grilled with no kind of with very, very little olive oil. I cook everything with olive oil, and yeah, that's basically it. And I eat home cooked food 6 out of 7 days a week, and I only really eat out maybe once, maximum twice a week. Next question is, where do you get your inspiration for fashion and lifestyle? I think I get my inspiration basically from a lot of different places. Just like walking around the streets, I spot someone who looks amazing and that serves as inspiration. My mum has always been a person who's been very put together and, you know, always likes to dress up and have like, you know, look impeccable when she walks out of the house. So I think that's definitely been an inspiration for me. I can definitely be a lot more lazy, and I love to have makeup-free days or days where I just, you know, can't be bothered to get out my tracksuits. And yeah, I can be really lazy like that, but if I'm putting myself together, then I think she's definitely served as a source of inspiration. I also love Olivia Palermo. She's my absolute style icon. I stalk her on Instagram shamelessly all the time. And I also follow a lot of other different bloggers and YouTubers where I get lots of fashion inspiration, stuff that they've bought. Some of my favorite ones are Amelia Liana, Victoria from In The Fro. I love Tamara from The Glam and Glitter, and yeah. And also Lydia Elise Millen, I watch her as well. So yeah, a few different ones. Most of them are British actually, but I do really love them. Oh, and from New York, I love Brooke Carey-Hill. She is amazing. I follow her on Instagram and she's great, and she has some really great fashion content. So I love watching that. And then I also love to see, you know, like fashion weeks and stuff like that. And yeah, that's how I get inspired. I like quite a classic style with some, you know, trendy pieces thrown in there. So yeah. Next question is, how did you discover your style and how do you cultivate your wardrobe? I really struggled to find my style actually. This is a very good question, because I would say, like, looking back, my style sense was pretty questionable. I'll try and insert some pictures here, which I am so ashamed to do, but yeah, my style when I was a teenager was quite questionable, and I think I was kind of never too trend driven. I always liked just what I liked and I just wore it. I didn't really care about, you know, trends and stuff like that. And I was quite classic. I was quite modest in the way I dressed, and, you know, I didn't like to show off too much skin. So I really struggled to be more trendy, and I think sometimes I ended looking a bit frumpy in the process. So yeah, not some very questionable looks. I like the matchy a bit too much, and yeah, not great. But yeah, if you want to see a style evolution video, do let me know in the comments down below and I can film that one for you guys. But yeah, I think I just kind of started getting more into fashion, following people like Olivia Palermo, getting a lot more into fashion magazines and stuff, and actually checking out the trends a bit more and trying to incorporate those into my wardrobe and trying to be a bit more adventurous, because sometimes I would see things and I would really like them, but I always thought, nah, I can't really pull this off. But actually, you know what, I started trying on things and actually wearing them out, and people were telling me, oh, you look great, and I think that gave me a lot more confidence to try a lot more stuff. So I would say, you know, do what makes you feel comfortable, but sometimes try to push yourself out of your comfort zone, because you never know, you might just find your style in that. And then otherwise, but if you know, if there's something on trend and you don't feel comfortable wearing it, then just don't. Do what suits you and what you see yourself best in. And in terms of how do you cultivate your wardrobe, I like to spend on, good quality pieces, and I like to buy quality rather than quantity. So what I try to do is I try to invest in maybe 2 or 3 kind of high-end, really good quality items every season, and I build my wardrobe over the years. And then just the additional kind of, a t-shirt here and there, or a jumper, I might get from places like Zara or H&M or stuff like that. Just, or if I want to try out a trend piece that I don't know if I'm going to love for a long time, then I'll go for something from the high street. But otherwise, I like to invest in kind of premium high street, which is good quality pieces, not at crazy designer price tags, but, still, relatively expensive, something like a Reese. And then, obviously I like my few designer items, and I've built those over time. What are some of your favorite fashion brands right now? I have to say I'm obsessed with Isaac Kazani. They're a brand from London. I featured them in a lot of videos recently, like my wish list and stuff. I'll link them on the screen now so you guys can go and watch it out. And I featured them on my Instagram a lot. I got a jumper from them over Christmas, and I absolutely love their pieces. I just think, knitwear is something I wear so much of in the winter, and I think they've just kind of upgraded it to a whole new level. They've made it look so trendy, so cool. So yeah, I am obsessed with this brand right now. I've also discovered a few other kind of these brands which are sort of newer brands, and they have really amazing quality, but they're not crazily priced, and they still have that really, kind of high-end design. So I'm really liking Dance Lant, I think that's how you say it. It's a handbag brand, it's a British brand, and I really love it. Their stuff looks amazing quality, and I've seen so many kind of really fashionable people wearing it. I love their Johnny Bucket bag. And then another brand I'm obsessed with now is Blase Milano. I love their blazers. You guys know I love tailoring. I also really like Lisa Q, which is a New York fashion brand. So yeah, I would say those are like my obsessions right now. What are your favorite places to travel, and do you enjoy it? So actually traveling, I know this is going to be really controversial, but I don't actually love traveling. I like being in a new place, but I find the whole process of traveling very tedious. I hate packing. I hate unpacking. After being away from my home for like 10, 12 days, I really miss it. I don't really like flying. So traveling is not something that comes top of my priority list. Having said that, I do like traveling. I just would say I'm not a very kind of like one of these people who likes to go away every month. I think maybe once, twice a year is more than enough for me. I do like a long holiday though, because I find the process so tedious that when I go somewhere, I want to spend a lot of time there. So I would say some of my favorite places that I've traveled to would have to be Paris. I absolutely loved it. I really like Japan. I would love to go back to Tokyo and actually explore it a lot more, because the last time we went, we were kind of deciding whether or not to move there. So we did a lot of house hunting, but not that much kind of sightseeing. So I would love to go back to Tokyo. I really want to go to Australia, and I really loved Norway as well. I love the sort of nature and the beautiful sort of countryside and the fjords. I really, really loved it. So I think those would be my top travel destinations. Next up is, what are some of your favorite Spanish designers? So you guys know I did a haul of my shopping in Spain. I love to shop in Spain, but I would say some of my favorite places to shop for in Spain are Uterque, which is a brand which is from the Zara group, but they're a little bit more high-end than Zara. They would be on that premium high street. They do some really, really gorgeous stuff. I really like them. I also really like Dolores Promesas, which again is sort of premium high street, and I love Exart and Pano. They are the ones who did that beautiful pencil skirt that I have in green with the matching top, and I absolutely love their stuff. So definitely go and check them out. I would recommend them if you're going to Spain. Oh, and Carmen Borja, which is the place where I got my coat that I got for Christmas, which so many of you guys loved, and they do some amazing outerwear pieces. Next up is, what is your favorite brand of lipsticks right now and your favorite lip colors? So I would say my favorite brand of lipsticks right now is Tom Ford, which has been a favorite for a long time, and also Bite Beauty. I rediscovered them recently and I am obsessed with their stuff. And my favorites lipsticks right now, again, 2018 favorites, it's all there, but I'm really loving the Armani Rouge color that I have. I will link it down below. It's in the color beige, and it's a really gorgeous sort of a little bit see-through, like not too opaque, sort of peachy beige with lots of gloss in it, so you don't really have to top it up with a gloss, which I really like. You guys know I love the glossy finish. I'm also really obsessed with Bite Beauty Glacé, the matte pencil lipstick. I really, really love that one. And Maybelline Tora, which was one of the ones they did on the collaboration with Gigi Hadid. I don't think that one's available anymore, but I really love it. It's kind of a cool toned brown, kind of beigey as well. Very nice, but matte, so I normally top it up with a lip gloss, and I'm obsessed with NARS Orgasm lip gloss. Next up is, if you only had one lipstick, what would it be, and your favorite makeup brand? Again, I think if I could only have one right now, it would probably be the Armani Rouge in Beige, because it's a gloss and a lipstick together, so I feel like I don't need to top it off with a gloss, and I don't really like that matte finish. I find my lips look so much nicer with a gloss, so probably that one. And my favorite makeup brand, without a doubt, has to be Charlotte Tilbury, just because I love her stuff, and I don't think there's anything I've tried from her that I don't really like. So I think I could do, and I could get everything from her. I love her magic cream, so I could do skincare. I love her eye cream. I love her concealer. I love the lipsticks, the eyeshadows I'm obsessed with. I like her pencils. The only thing I'm not overly amazed with is her foundations, but I still like her magic foundation, I think it's called. So yeah, I think I could definitely do a whole look from her, so I would definitely say Charlotte Tilbury. Another question was if you do have any recommendations for scaly skin around the mouth and chin area. I would say, you know, if you've had this for a long time, maybe go and see a dermatologist, because maybe it's a dermatitis. But if it's just dry skin, I would recommend using a hyaluronic acid serum. I'm using one from Germenda Cappuccino. I will link it down below. It's amazing. You know, serums are really sort of penetrate into your deep layers, and that's what really kind of hydrates your skin from inside. I feel like a lot of us are using a lot of oils, and I love oils, but oils kind of sit on top. So I would say maybe a combination. So use a hyaluronic acid serum to really penetrate deep into the skin, and then something like the Clarins Blue Orchid Oil for dehydrated skin works really well, and that should hopefully hydrate your skin. However, though, if it is a dermatitis, you probably will need to see a dermatologist so that they can recommend something specific for your dermatitis. If you want to know more about, you know, hydration and serums and stuff, I definitely have a recommendation. Go and check out Susan Yara's video that she did about, you know, oils. I will link it down below. It's absolutely amazing and so informative. I learned so much about skincare. She is like a skincare guru, and she just has so much knowledge and information about it, so go check it out. Another question that came in so repeatedly is, tell us about your engagement ring. So many of you guys have asked about this a number of times. Basically, I'll try and do a close-up now, but this is my engagement ring. It is a round cut diamond. It is 4 carats, and it's set on a platinum band, and then it has 2 1-carat pear diamonds. I think it's 1.5 carat pear diamonds on the sides to set it, and then it has 4 prongs. I mean, I don't know what else I can say about it. My husband got it custom made at Leela, which is a jeweler in Delhi. They were the ones who made my tennis bracelet, which I featured in my what I got for Christmas video as well, which so many of you guys loved. They do, however, partner with international jewelers in Europe and the US. So if you want to get any stuff from them, please let me know, and I can give you a personal contact detail so you can get in touch with them and get stuff from them. Their quality is absolutely amazing. They specialize in diamond jewelry, and yeah, just really good quality, really beautiful designs, and they can custom make stuff, which is always really nice. And next question I got is, how are you liking New York, which I already answered, and do you feel like makeup trends are different here than in London? I have to say they're kind of similar. I think here people are just not so obsessed with looking tanned. I think in London there was a general obsession with like looking really tan, and everybody was getting fake tan, and you know, the whole being pale was just not a thing, whereas here I think people embrace that a little bit more. But other than that, I would say they are sort of similar. London also has a bit more of a grungy style. Like, not everyone, but a lot of people do like that bit more grungy style. You know, very dark eyes and very pale lips. And here I would say it's more kind of, you know, contour and blush and soft eyes and a more beautifying look as opposed to a grungy look. But I don't really see a huge amount of difference in terms of makeup. The next question is, how much time do you plan to live in the United States? So I don't actually know. It all depends on how things go here. For the moment, my husband has moved permanently with his job, so I don't know how long we'll be staying here. Hopefully a long time if we enjoy it. So next question is, I have an uneven lip color. Any tips on how to make it even? Thank you. Love your content. Thank you so much. So basically, I would say a lot of people have uneven skin tone on their lips. I would recommend using something like the pigment corrector cream I had from SkinCeuticals, and I know Kiehl's does a really good one. And also wear SPF on your lips so that the pigmentation doesn't get worse. It might help, the cream might help, but it also might just be hormonal or genetic. So maybe go and see a dermatologist about it. But I would say try a pigment cream and always wear sunblock just so that it doesn't get worse. Okay guys, well I tried to get through as many as possible. This video is already getting really long, so I hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you so much for watching. If you have more questions, let me know in the comments down below, and I will do another Q&A video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!